All right, next bowl up for us here, Kyle. Check this one out. This should have been a 10-bell game. This should have been a game that if we had expanded playoffs, Kyle, would have a lot of meaning and a lot of fun. Why is that? Pittsburgh's going to take on Michigan State in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl down in Atlanta. Number 12, Pittsburgh. Number 10, Michigan State. Yes, an expanded playoff of 24 teams. They would be included. You would see Kenny Pickett. Yes, you would see Walker III, the dominant running back for Michigan State. But you know what, Kyle? You're not going to see any of those guys because they're moving on to play professional football, and rightfully so. Michigan State now a slight favorite. They opened up, Kyle, plus 2.5, plus 1.5. They've now shifted to a 2.5-point favorite, and I agree with that. Over-under is 56. Two things I want to look at in this game. Obviously, Pittsburgh with Kenny Pickett was a machine on offense. You can't just replace the quarterback and say, hey, you're going to pick up where it left off. But there's a couple times in college football which we've seen like, hey, man, this backup is really good. We just didn't see him all season long. So we'll see if that equation steps in for Pittsburgh. But Michigan State, their go-to guy, Walker III, out of the backfield, unbelievable season, 18 touchdowns, close to 1,700 yards. He was the MVP of that team. He's not going to be there. But if I'm going to rank losing a running back or losing a quarterback, I'm always going to side with a team that still is going to have their starting quarterback. Give me the Michigan State Spartans in this game to cover the 2.5 points, and I'm going to take the under 56 in this bowl game, Kyle.
Yeah, it's kind of a shame, right? Because Pickett was going to get the matchup of his lifetime against the worst passing defense in the country, giving up nearly 340 yards a game passing. These are two teams who have been very good against the spread. Pittsburgh, 10-3 on the season against the spread. Michigan State, 8-3-1. So something's got to give here. And for me, I like to bet what I know. What I do not know is what is going to happen with this backup quarterback for Pittsburgh. We know the best running back, the best offensive weapon for Michigan State is also out, but they still have their quarterback. So I agree with you. I lean Michigan State. It's a short line here at -2.5. And I sort of like the under. Yes, Pittsburgh's been an offensive juggernaut, and that Michigan State secondary is bad. But when you take away the two best offensive players on each team, it sort of plays to the under here. Backup quarterback, I will pass on this one. Honestly, I probably won't bet this game pregame. This would be a live betting spot for me to see what the young kid out of Pitt has to offer. But right now, as we sit in a vacuum and I'm betting this game pregame, I'm taking Michigan State with their starting quarterback.
Yeah, take a look at Pittsburgh finishing up the season 5 straight W's, 54 points, 30 points, 48 points, 31 points, and 45 points. But that's predicated on Kenny Pickett's 4,300 yards and 42 touchdown passes. Thorne's a decent quarterback, though, for Michigan State, 24 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. But again, you're missing out on Walker's 263 carries, 1,636 yards, and 18 touchdowns. We'll see how it plays out. But this is one of the better games here, the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl down in Atlanta.